Welcome back, speed enthusiasts and seekers of sonic bliss, to Chrono Wheels and FOR years. The Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4RR has been a symbol of pure, unadulterated passion. And rightly so. It resurrected the glorious, high-pitched scream and delivered the razor-sharp, surgical handling of the 90s 400cc inline-fours. It's a magnificent machine, a jewel of engineering, but let's talk candidly about the elephant in the room that every rider eventually hits: power in the current market, where affordable 700cc and 900cc parallel twins, bikes like the Yamaha R7 or the Suzuki GSX-8R, are pushing close to 100 horsepower with effortless, low-end torque. The stock 4RR's 77 hydrogen phosphide, while fun, often leaves a bitter taste. It was a fantastic track weapon, no doubt, but it lacked that signature Kawasaki brutality, that explosive punch to truly dominate the middleweight class and make rivals swallow their pride on the straightaways. Kawasaki saw the gap. More importantly, they saw the aftermarket going crazy, bolting turbos onto this beautiful, high-revving platform, and they decided to do it the only way they know how: the factory way. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the machine that doesn't just enter the middleweight category, it detonates it. This is the 2026 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4RR Turbo. This is not a modified bike that's destined to grenade its motor. It is the ultimate expression of the 400cc superbike, delivered with a factory-guaranteed punch of over 100 horsepower. Kawasaki has just thrown a hand grenade into the supersport segment and pulled the pin. NTO truly grasp the magnitude of this bike. We need to focus on its heart, the factory micro turbocharger system. This is where Kawasaki confronted the greatest engineering challenge in motorcycle: forced induction, turbo lag, and zero lag philosophy. In the 1980s, turbocharged bikes were notoriously unpredictable. Smooth 1 second, then bam! A wall of power hit you mid-corner. To avoid this, Kawasaki had to build a bespoke micro-turbine with extremely low rotational mass. This tiny turbine spools up almost instantly, driven by the smallest, almost imperceptible exhaust gas pressures. What this means for the rider is phenomenal. The engine feels utterly naturally aspirated in the low to mid-range. It's perfectly smooth, predictable, and manageable at city speeds. NNTHE power kick, controlled violence, NBUT. Then you cross that magical, audible threshold, around 500 RPM, and the entire delivery changes. That smooth progression suddenly turns into a tidal wave. The boost kicks in, and the 399cc engine, without any warning, starts breathing like a 600cc supersport. It's not just a power increase. It's a brutal, exhilarating, and perfectly controlled surge of power that you simply cannot replicate in a naturally aspirated engine of this size. You can't just slap a turbo on the existing motor. To guarantee the kind of legendary Kawasaki reliability we demand, the engine internals had to be completely re-engineered to withstand the extreme heat and cylinder pressures. Aerospace-grade forged components in Kawasaki didn't cut corners here. The pistons, connecting rods, and crankshaft are now crafted from aerospace-grade forged alloys. These aren't just tougher, they are precision-built components designed to handle significantly increased cylinder pressures without catastrophic failure during prolonged 15,000 RPM track sessions. This is the cost that separates a factory turbo from a dangerous aftermarket kit. Obsessive thermal management and heat is the enemy of forced induction. To guarantee engine longevity and consistent performance, a sophisticated oil jet cooling system is integrated, a technology often seen in their top-tier race machines. This system actively sprays high-pressure, chilled oil directly onto the underside of the pistons, effectively drawing away heat and ensuring the engine remains thermally stable even when the turbo is glowing red. NNTHE, result of this meticulous race-level engineering? A confirmed output of 105 to 110 horsepower. This single figure, over 100 HP from a 400cc machine, is a challenge to the entire sport bike establishment. NNRAW power is a death sentence without control. Kawasaki's genius here is refining the bike's framework to safely, predictably manage this explosive performance, turning a potential monster into a surgical track tool. Chassis reinforcement for stability in NTHE signature trellis frame has been expertly reinforced using higher tensile steel in critical stress areas. This dramatically increases its torsional rigidity, which is absolutely vital for high-speed stability and ensures the chassis remains composed and predictable when the turbo is on full boost accelerating out of a corner. Flagship suspension for precision NTO cope with the extreme, forced induction power. The suspension components are pure gold standard N-front. The Showa SFF BP forks are now fully adjustable, a necessity when dealing with variable weight transfer under boost. They feature firmer track-ready valving, N-rear. This is the highlight, the Showa BFRC-lite rear shock, a component lifted directly from the flagship ZX-4RR. This shock offers superior damping control and phenomenal feedback, allowing riders to precisely manage the violent, explosive rear-wheel torque surge without destabilizing the bike. N-function overform. H2R Influence NTHE bodywork is a masterclass in functional aerodynamics, influenced heavily by the H2R program N-Aero winglets. Integrated into the front fairing, these subtle winglets generate crucial downforce over the front wheel at high speeds. This is not for style. It is an active measure to prevent the front end from becoming light and maintaining steering precision when the turbo is pushing maximum power. Advanced heat dissipation. The side fairings feature larger, deeper cuts and vents, designed as a dedicated thermal management system. They rapidly channel the extreme heat generated by the turbocharger away from the engine, ensuring consistent boost pressure and rider comfort. This is where the ZX-4RR Turbo earns its supersport title. The sophisticated electronic rider aids are what transform a technically challenging 100+ HP monster into a controllable, confidence-inspiring track weapon. NNTHE 6-axis IMU brain. The entire electronic suite is managed by the advanced 6-axis IMU. This sensor is the bike's brain, constantly monitoring its lean angle, pitch, roll, and yaw, feeding that critical data in real time to every aid. An intelligent KTRC. The KTRC system is turbo-aware. It uses the IMU to understand precisely how much grip is available. When that turbo surge hits, the system doesn't just clumsily cut power. It intelligently feathers ignition and fuel delivery, providing a smooth, optimal application of power, maximizing corner exit speed, and preventing high-side incidents. Turbo-specific riding modes and telemetry NTHE rider interface is completely focused on performance management, now unleashes the full 105+ hydrogen phosphide, offering the most aggressive throttle mapping and minimal electronic intervention. Purely for experienced riders on a closed circuit, you can monitor the live boost pressure gauge front and center, allowing you to perfect your gear changes and understand exactly when and how hard that devastating surge of power arrives. NNTHE 2026 Kawasaki ZX-4RR Turbo is more than just a motorcycle. It is a revolutionary manifesto that proves you no longer need huge displacement to achieve superbike performance. It offers the straight-line speed of a 600, the lightweight agility of a 400, and a level of sophisticated, factory-guaranteed electronics previously reserved for leader bikes. It's lighter than any parallel twin in its class, yet more powerful than almost all of them. It is the perfect marriage of a high-revving engine and instant, forced-induction torque. NNTHE price, as we project, lands somewhere in the $14,000 to $15,000 United States dollars range. Yes, it's premium, but you are not just buying a bike, you are buying the only factory forced induction sport bike in its class, a unique, exhilarating performance package that sets the future standard. Now, we turn it over to you. Does this 100+ HP turbocharged beast finally dethrone the current 600cc class? Would you trade heavy displacement for cutting-edge technology and explosive, factory-guaranteed forced induction power? Let us know your unfiltered thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. And if you believe Kawasaki has just redefined the future of supersport racing, smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to CHRONO Wheels for more deep dives into the world's most exciting machines. Thanks for watching.